Hello, it's me. So, today it's Fox News. Shout out to them. Go over there and read, or rather, view the full article there. So, Alan Dershowitz reveals the Rosetta Stone behind the Epstein files debacle. Now, I don't watch these videos generally before I comment on them, but I did actually watch a bit further forward through this one so that, to get all the preamble out of the way, really. The one thing that I wanted to kind of mention here was that Trump orders Pam Bondi to release the grand jury transcripts. It sounds really good, doesn't it? It sounds really grand. And yet another channel that I was watching said that the grand jury transcripts, which aren't generally released, don't really have anything in them. Anything of any importance. And so that answers that question. That answers why they're releasing them. Because it sounds great, but there's nothing of any real importance in there. So that's what I've surmised from things that I've seen. Let's hear what the Right Honourable Alan Dershowitz, he's not a right honourable, is he? The respected Alan Dershowitz has to say.
Are other names, there's other information. Are they in the grand jury transcripts, and do you think a judge releases that?
I think the judge should release it, but they're not in the grand jury transcripts. They're sealed records by 2 or 3 federal judges.
There you go.
In the New York courts. I've seen some of these materials. For example, there is an FBI report of interviews with alleged victims in which at least one of the victims names very important people, and the names have been redacted. I know some of the names from my investigation. For example, George Mitchell, the former senator, Bill Richardson, the former ambassador to the UN, Ehud Barak, the granddaughter of Jacques Cousteau, were all accused. Now, whether any of these people actually did anything wrong, we don't know, because we know there have been many, many false accusations. For example...
All right, so the names are in sealed documents. The grand jury transcripts are just bollocks, frankly. It sounds great. They can't get away from this. The Trump administration can't get away from this. All they're doing is like a panicked dog. They're just tangling themselves up in the lead more and more. Soon they won't be able to move.
A woman named Sarah Ransom filed an affidavit. It's probably in the record, and it's probably been sealed, in which she accused Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, Donald Trump, Richard Branson
Okay, we started on the Clintons.
having sex with young people, and she said she had videotapes of this. And then after an investigation, she admitted...
The names that he's mentioned there, I think, are pretty much on everyone's lips, really. We're going on about the kind of elite of the world and what have you, and they're quite I was going to say a large group. On a planetary scale, they're not a large group, but there's enough of them. But they're all people who are movers and shakers and influencers. And strange enough, they all appear to have gone to the island. Whether it was for nefarious purposes or not, we don't yet know. And I'm certainly not making any claims here.
She made up the whole story, and yet the affidavit still remains in the court record. So we have to be very careful to distinguish true accusation from false accusations.
Definitely.
And I suspect the courts will be sensitive to that. They will not want to just produce the names of people who have been falsely accused without also producing information about the people who have falsely accused them. So this is a complex matter.
It is a complex matter because we don't want to be left in a situation where somebody fires their bolt too quickly and effectively ruin someone else's life, whether they're elite or not. And let's face it, when it comes to sexual innuendo and accusation, there's no shit like sexual shit that sticks to the blanket. We hear all the time of men, certainly generally speaking, of men who are being accused of rape. It turns out they didn't do it, or at least the court finds that they didn't do anything, and they're effectively ruined. So we know that there is a list of names. We know that those names are in sealed documents and not in the grand jury transcripts. So that's what we need to be going for. We need to be going for the sealed documents that Mr. Dershowitz is talking about. And like he said, he knows some of them. It needs to come out. I think it will come out now. And do you know what? I think it'll ruin Trump's administration. I think J.D. Vance will be the president of the United States much quicker than he may have any designs to be. So that's my take on it. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do like and subscribe. And until next time, this is me signing off. Look after yourselves.